First of all, the teachers need to be aware that there's different levels of achievement in their students, and some students will be reading at a higher level than the other students. I think content area teachers need to be aware of that. They need to be aware of looking at the data, that they can determine what their students can do, and then from that bring in different strategies. First of all, they probably need to do a little bit of the mini lesson where they present their material and then break the students into groups determined by the data, determined by the teacher, determined by a number of things, including the students to get along together, discipline, and so forth and so on. But then they get into the groups, and then the teacher has predetermined activities in these groups at those levels, and then return at the end of a predetermined period for a kind of a clincher, so the students know what they were to have learned today and can remember what they learned. In these groups, they might do things like the teacher might have them do strategies that activate background knowledge and learn how to make connections to the text they are working with. Any number of our literacy strategies that most reading teachers are already incorporating.
It's important that teachers realize that sometimes levels of reading can be determined by your interest and by your prior knowledge. So sometimes students can't access a certain text because they don't have prior knowledge, which the teacher could provide by giving them, helping them to understand the vocabulary that they will encounter, also helping them to understand the concepts and giving those concepts before they read the text, and that then they can make those connections and understand that. For example, a student might have a really difficult time with a biology text, but will be easily able to read maybe a technical manual on a game, so their reading level is not cut in stone. It's not very static, but it's actually based on their prior knowledge and interest. So if the teacher gets an awareness of what the students do know and ways to make the information relevant, and ways to help them connect with that text, they can access it. Also, the textbook companies do provide a lot of support. They have a lot of different leveled text, if you look at the ancillary materials a lot of times. And then even better is to look at text sets where you can have the same kind of information, but you might have maybe a lower reading level and a higher reading level, and differentiate instruction that way. The other thing is when they read together and discuss the text, and it doesn't matter if it's a textbook or what, but I've had students say that in a classroom setting, they don't want to ask questions if they don't understand what they've read. But if they're in a small group setting, if somebody didn't get it, they'll share with each other. So a very effective strategy is reciprocal teaching, where they learn how to share and use reading strategies and how to discuss text and support each other through it. So really, collaborative learning is a crucial part of that.